This is Pat Rumbaugh in Takoma Park, Maryland. This is a talk I gave at the annual U.S. Play Coalition Conference in Clemson, South Carolina in 2017. Is your community designed for play? Back in December, on a cold winter day, I started to think seriously about the question, is my community designed for play? So I did what I do most of the time when I want to dig deep into my creative side. I bundled up and went outside for a walk in Takoma Park, Maryland, where I live. We are a small town in an urban, suburban setting next to Washington, D.C. I wanted to walk from one end to the other by weaving myself past apartment buildings, businesses, houses, parks, playgrounds, recreational facilities, schools, and the library. So here we go. In front of my house are sidewalks on both sides of the street. Most days one sees many people out walking to and from the metro, school, and work. There are also a couple of groups of people who walk together. At times I have seen them laughing while they walk. Do you consider this playing? I do. There are also people walking their dogs. Most mornings, friends of mine come over with their dogs, and they join my dogs in my fenced-in backyard. The dogs play, we chat, and then we walk the dogs around the block. What a great way to start your day. Okay, back to my walk. So I walked 2 blocks past single-family homes to the red light. Once I cross the street, I see the library, one of our 2 community centers, and one of our elementary schools. All of these places offer all kinds of opportunities for people of all ages. I would go so far as to say these buildings were designed for multiple purposes, and one of them is for play. If you have a library in your community, do you know if they have books for adults and children that encourage people to play? Do they have Dr. Stuart Brown's book, Play? How it shapes the brain, opens the imagination, and invigorates the soul. They should. It's one terrific book. How about other books like Meredith Sinclair's book, Well Played? Meredith's book, published in 2016, gives tips for families and friends playing together, but also tips just for you. If you want to design your yard for play, then look no further than Mike Lanza's book, Playborhood. Every time I read a new book on play, I ask myself, would this book benefit people in my community? Then I ask the librarians, would you consider ordering a copy or 2? Does your library have story time for children? If so, that's a great way to encourage children to play. Most elementary schools have playgrounds. Does the elementary school playground in your community have slides? How about swings? Does it have a jungle gym or 2? Take a moment and visualize the elementary school playground in your community. Are the playgrounds designed for play? Ultimate play. Are the playgrounds open after school and on weekends, so the kids can play at those times? If you can't visualize your playground, I urge you to make a note of that, and when you go back, check out your playground. You may be saying, okay, Pat, why should I check out the playground in my neighborhood? Because it's possible you can help improve the design for play. Maybe you can arrange for loose parts to be at the playground. Are the playgrounds handicapped accessible? Back in 2010, we invited a mosaic artist to our second play day. She offered everyone at the play day the opportunity to put a piece of colored glass into the design that created playful symbols surrounding the word play. In April 2011, the mosaic was installed on the elementary school wall facing the playground. Since that time, I have had tons of people come up to me and ask me if I knew about the mosaic artwork that says the word play. I usually just smile and say, thanks for telling me. Although I have to confess, I often wonder when I walk by or think of this art project if the design of it invites people to play. Back in 2009, we held our first play day, and the nonprofit Kaboom named us a Playful City USA with several other cities. We have been a Playful City USA since 2009. We have held all kinds of fun, free play events, play days, we've closed streets for play, and we've joined other events. I have witnessed hundreds of people playing all kinds of activities at these events. People stop me on the street and tell me how much fun they had at a recent play event. I have had several parents tell me, "Pat, you'll never guess what we did for Sally's 3-year-old birthday party." I have an idea, but I like to hear what the parents tell me. "Oh, Pat, Sally just loved the balloon game so much at your last winter play day that we decided to have a balloon game party." All right, I know you're wondering. Well, for those of you that may want to know, a balloon game, you take everything out of the room. I mean everything. You get a helium tank, you fill up 24 balloons, you put 3-foot ribbons on them, and then you let the kids go in the room and they have a blast. Their imagination soars. They have so much fun. And the best part, every child gets to go home with a balloon. Do you know if there is a place in your community where people gather to play board games and cards? A senior apartment building in my community called Victory Towers is the site for Tuesday night games night. I wonder if the architect of this building designed the large gathering room for groups to play. Since 2009, I have been going there almost every Tuesday evening from 7 to 9 p.m. This group was founded in 2007. John, one of the founders, would love to teach us all new games, expand our knowledge of bridge, but several of us resist and enjoy simple games like the board game Rummy Cube or the card game. I would love to teach you during the social hour, Kings in the Corner. I am joined by one of the most diverse groups of people you can imagine. Players from Ethiopia, Trinidad, Liberia, North Carolina. Gamers as young as preteens all the way up to the age of 91. We have a great time playing together. I urge you to find out if there is a games night in your community. If not, consider starting one. Maybe there's a place of worship, an apartment building, or a community space that would be ideal to hold a games night in your community. Playing with people of all ages, a variety of backgrounds, and just having fun hanging out together is a great stress reliever. And believe me, you will laugh, enjoy the stories, and want to play weekly. So let's take a look at our respective communities. Are they designed for play? Does the welcome sign in your town invite people to play? If not, maybe it should. When one drives through your community, what are the obvious signs that people play? Are there playgrounds? The play committee I founded in Takoma Park in 2009 wanted to create a map of all the playgrounds. On our website, letsPlayAmerica.org, you can see the guide to Takoma Park playgrounds. The map of our town has all 14 play spaces on it with a description. People tell me they love this guide. Parents have told me it is on their refrigerator at home, and their family plans to walk to every playground. Something tells me the design of this guide inspires people to play. Are there organized activities offered to people of all ages in your community? Do you have a recreation department? Do you participate in any of these activities? Does your city mail out information to residents? We have installed free bulletin boards for play announcements in 5 of our playgrounds, so people can see what events might be coming their way. Let's also take a minute and look at events offered in your community that are designed to give people the chance to play. Is there a parade in your town? How about fireworks? A Halloween party, a street festival, a carnival, and other activities that are free and inviting to everyone? If the answer is yes, then I say, hooray for your community. Keep playing. If the answer is no, then I say to you, it is time to start engaging your community residents, and there is no time like the present. All of you are here today deeply care about play. You're at the U.S. Play Coalition Conference. We are looking at how design meets play. It is our responsibility to help spread the word. It is to invite people to play, to participate in our community. Volunteer to help coach a children's soccer team. Use your creative talents and teach kids and adults how to make origami. I urge you to put on those rose-colored glasses for a minute and look at your community with all the possibilities of play at your fingertips, and think about ways you can engage your community to play. With those glasses on, think about a mural you might paint with others that would inspire people to play. Maybe you're the kind of person that likes to get physical. Plant a vegetable garden in your community and ask a teacher in her class to join you. All of us live in communities that have something to offer. We may live in a rural community that is near a lake for boating, fishing, and water skiing. Maybe we live in a suburban community that has walking and biking trails that take you into a city. Those folks who live in cities may have access to museums, zoos, and culture centers that offer all kinds of play opportunities. Are there parks with sports fields, courts, and other play opportunities that one can obviously see? How about pools? Do you have one in your town? Could you arrange for a free pool day? How about the natural settings in your community? Are there beaches, lakes, rivers, mountains, forests, trails? If so, do people play in these places? You know, it really doesn't matter where you live. I believe you can play anywhere, indoors, outdoors. Be super active by training for a marathon, or take life a little slower and sign up for a Tai Chi class. When we go back to our communities, let's pledge to take a good look at the design of our community and ask ourselves, how can we bring more play to this community? Start by inviting a family member, friend, or neighbor to go for a playful walk. Send out an email meetup or a Facebook message inviting people to meet you at a park or a playground to play a pickup game of softball. Trust me, when you take a good look at your community, a playful idea will come to you. Friends, go back to your community with the excitement of a child when you went out to play just for the fun of it, and embrace the design of your community and invite people to play. Thank you.